Today we are going to learn something new. Look at your surroundings. Look how amazing these organisms are. These organisms makes us speechless. And today we are going to classify these organisms. In this e-content, we are going to include the most accepted classification, the 5 kingdom classification by Archie Bacteria. So, let's head to this video. Hope you all enjoy the video.
5 Kingdom Classification by Archie Whittaker. Robert Harding Whittaker was an American plant ecologist. He was the first to propose 5 kingdoms of the world's biota in the year 1969. The 5 kingdoms defined by Archie Whittaker were named as Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. The main criteria for classification used by him are cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationships. Kingdom Monera. Monera includes prokaryotes such as bacteria, mycoplasma, actinomycetes, cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae. Bacteria are the sole members of the kingdom Monera. They are autotrophic and heterotrophic in nature. Majority of them are heterotrophs. Bacteria are classified into 4 types based on their shape: spherical-shaped coccus, rod-shaped bacillus, comma-shaped vibrio, and spiral-shaped spirillum. Kingdom Monera is classified into 2: Archie Bacteria and Eubacteria. Archie Bacteria. They live in the harsh environment conditions. Archie Bacteria are of 3 types: halophiles, thermoacidophiles, and methanogens. Halophiles are those living in salty areas. Thermoacidophiles are those living in hot springs, and methanogens are those living in marshy areas and in the gut of ruminants. Eubacteria. They are also known as true bacteria. They have a rigid cell wall, and if motile, flagella are seen. Eubacteria are classified into autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs are further classified into photosynthetic autotrophs, which contain chlorophyll A pigment, and chemosynthetic autotrophs, which oxidizes various inorganic substances. Mycoplasma. They lack cell wall and can live without oxygen. They are also pathogenic. Kingdom Protista. Protists are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. They are primarily aquatic. They are also autotrophic and heterotrophic. They reproduce sexually and asexually. Some of them have flagella or cilia. Protists can be classified into Chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, Euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Chrysophytes. They are freshwater and marine organisms. They are planktons and most of them are photosynthetic. Chrysophytes includes diatoms and desmids, also known as golden algae. Dinoflagellates. They are mostly marine and photosynthetic. The cell wall has stiff cellulose plates on outer surface. The rapid multiplication of goniolacs causes red tide in sea. Toxins released by dinoflagellates kills aquatic animals. Euglenoids. They are freshwater organisms with no cell wall. The cell is covered by a protein sheath called pellicle. Euglena is an example of euglenoids. They are photosynthetic in the presence of light and predators in the absence of light. Slime molds. They are saprotrophs. Under suitable conditions, the cell will aggregate and a complex structure is formed called plasmodium. Protozoans. They are heterotrophs. They live as parasites or predators. 4 groups of protozoans are amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, and sporozoans. Kingdom Fungi. Fungi are heterotrophic. They are cosmopolitan. They are commonly multicellular filamentous. Their body consists of long, slender, thread-like structures called hyphae. The network of hyphae is known as mycelium. Fungi are divided into 4 classes. They are Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, Deuteromycetes. Phycomycetes. They are found on decaying wood and damp places. Some are parasitic. Mycelium is aseptate and cenocytic. Ascomycetes, also known as sac fungi. They are saprophytic or decomposers or parasitic. They are multicellular with septate and branched mycelium. Basidiomycetes, also known as club fungi. They are saprotrophic or parasites. Reproduction is by vegetative, sexual and asexual method. Deuteromycetes, also known as fungi imperfect. They are saprotrophic or parasites. Mycelium is septate and branched. Kingdom Plantae. They are multicellular eukaryotic organisms. They are photosynthetic autotrophs with chloroplasts and cell wall. They show alternation of generation. Kingdom Plantae are further classified into 5 groups: algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. Kingdom Animalia. They are multicellular eukaryotes. They lack cell wall. They exhibit heterotrophic mode of nutrition. They have well-developed control and coordination mechanism.
Now let's watch a video.
5 Kingdom Classification of Organisms. Objective: to learn the 5 Kingdom Classification of living organisms. In 1969, ecologist Robert Harding Whittaker divided all living organisms into 5 categories, commonly referred to as the 5 Kingdom Classification. Kingdom Monera consists of the most primitive life forms found on Earth. These organisms are usually microscopic and unicellular, meaning they are single-celled. They have no nucleus within their cytoplasm. Bacteria, Archie Bacteria, and Cyanobacteria are all members of Kingdom Monera. Kingdom Protista is next. The organisms within this kingdom are also unicellular, but they have a nucleus. Cells of this type are referred to as eukaryotes. Most members of this kingdom can, like plants, undergo photosynthesis and produce their own food, and like animals, will have locomotory structures. Most Protista are aquatic and include diatoms, algae, Euglena, and protozoans such as amoeba, paramecium, and plasmodium. Kingdom Mycota, also called Kingdom Fungi, includes fungi such as yeast, mushrooms, and molds. The body of fungus is made of long, thread-like structures called hyphae. Its members can be free-living, parasitic, or symbiotic. The 4th most complex kingdom is Kingdom Metaphyta, also referred to as Kingdom Plantae, and includes multicellular plants with eukaryotic cells, means they have a nucleus. The cells of this kingdom will contain a cellulose cell wall and a green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll aids in photosynthesis, a process during which plants make their own food by utilizing sunlight. Kingdom Plantae comprises all plants, including herbs, shrubs, and trees. Finally, we reach the kingdom with the most complex organisms, Kingdom Metazoa, or Kingdom Animalia. It includes animals which are multicellular organisms. The cells of these organisms will be eukaryotic, and although they do not have a cell wall, they do have a cell membrane. All members of this kingdom have tissues and organs. Animals are heterotrophic, meaning they depend on other living things for food. Kingdom Animalia includes animals without bones such as the earthworm, insects such as the mosquito and cockroach, and animals with bones such as fish, lizards, birds, cows, and humans. Summary. The five-kingdom classification was proposed by Robert Harding Whittaker in 1969. According to the five-kingdom classification, all organisms can be divided into the categories of Monera, Protista, Mycota, Metaphyta, or Metazoa.
So far, we have discussed about Introduction to Five Kingdom Classification, Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, and Kingdom Animalia. Review questions. By observing relationship of the first, fill in the blanks in the second one. Ascomycetes, Saccharomyces, Basidiomycetes dash. Name the dinoflagellate that causes red tide in the sea. The water in the springs of the West Virginia University of America has a temperature up to 60 degrees Celsius and pH of 1 to 2. Do you know if any living organisms could exist this water? Give your justification. Fungi should not be included in plant kingdom. Justify. Unicellular algae have not been included in kingdom Protista by Archie Bacteria. Give reason. Follow-up activity. Prepare a table showing the characteristics of five kingdom classification. The characteristics to be included are listed below. Cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, mode of nutrition. Prepare a photo album of organisms of five kingdom classification. Today we got to know about the most accepted classification, the five kingdom classification by Archie Bacteria. The five kingdoms are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. These each kingdoms has their own specialities, and with these specialities we are now able to classify organisms under their titles. So I hope all of you understood the topic. Thank you.